I'll do one more today for the 13th of September 22 because I'm conscious I need to get down. It's going to be bitterly cold tonight. I'm going to get down and put my fire on. Keep my house cosy. I was thinking there, you know, these shops that specialise in fish and chips. I can't remember what you call them now. I'm sure we used to call them a chip shop. Or they called them, you know, some kind of slang name of the owner. It was always like a abbreviated name of the name that was above the shop. That type of thing. Well, what I'm saying is if you go into a chip shop that also sells other things than not just chips, but perhaps fish and chips, for example. You know when you're in the queue, because there's always a queue, and you always think that you're about fifth in the queue, and there's people in front of you, and the service person or even the owner of the shop says, "What would you like?" And you always look, first of all, at the people in front and go, "I'm not a VIP." Well, they normally kind of look at you as if there's something wrong with you because you're uttering that you're not actually in front of the queue. You're not first to be served. Meanwhile, the person who's asked you then asks you again, "What is it you're after?" So you just say, "Can I get a fish supper, please?" Which is internationally known in Scotland as fish and chips. Fish and chips, please. Do you want large or small chips? Small, because I find if you order large chips, you spend about a month trying to get through them. So I usually just take small chips. Well, a small portion of chips to be more precise. And then you're sixth in the queue. And somebody else comes in. And the process is sort of repeated a wee bit because the owner's not even started with your order, but they ask them, "What would you like?" And they then look along the queue. They do exactly what I did. And then I look at them as if there's something wrong with them. It's true. You think, what? Why are you looking at me? That guy's asked you a question. What are you wanting to eat kind of thing is all going through your brain. Don't look at me. So then they say something and they put in their order. Meanwhile, the 5 people in front of me are standing stationary, doing nothing. And everybody's in the queue, not speaking and doing nothing. I find it particularly harrowing. I find it one of these poor experiences that you have to put up with in life if you ever go into one of these fish and chip places, a chip shop. And I've often found that there's nothing to do except stand still. And you kind of look at your toes and you kind of examine your shoes a wee bit. You kind of think, shoes look, are they the same size? Did I get the right size when I bought them? Are they both the same, exactly the same size? That kind of thing goes through your brain. And you look at other people and they're doing exactly the same. They're looking at the floor. And then you start to look at the menu. Something you didn't do when you come in. But you start staring at the prices and thinking, I wonder if I should have got that. I wonder if I should have bought that. Maybe next time I come I might think about getting that, but you don't ever do that. And there's nothing happening, nobody's talking. there's just a lot of noise from behind the counter, like a lot of crashing noises, which I've never established what that is. There always seems to be a noise by the people who are preparing your food. And then you kind of have lost complete interest in the menu. So you start to stare at the condiments, which are on open display for public use. It's normally brown sauce or tomato ketchup in plastic containers that have been there for, well, have they been there for a week or have they been there for a year? We just don't know. And someone else comes in and you think, this can't be right. It's impossible. And he does it again. What would you like? And I think to myself, how many people are you going to get in this shop before you actually serve somebody? And it doesn't happen. And the queue starts to build out into the street. I think, what kind of organisation is behind this shop? And all these people are just standing, staring and looking at their footwear and not talking. And then they start, I don't know, I've noticed that they start to drool saliva from their tongue. You can see the saliva coming down the side of their mouth. And they're obviously famished. And he's still not prepared their food. And anyway, this goes on. And you start to feel a wee bit claustrophobic. I actually sometimes feel like I've done something wrong as well. I don't know why I feel that in a chip shop. But you actually feel a sense of guilt, a sense of remorse about something because you're in the chip shop and you start to feel a bit sad. And you feel like you want to be consoled by somebody for being there. And you get quite upset. And then you find that other people are starting to get tearful, thinking, and somebody will pull out a box of Kleenex handkerchiefs and start to pass them around, and still there's this crashing noise behind the counter. It's still unknown what it is. And then finally, after a long duration of, it seems like an endless, eternity of pain, the man or or whoever's serving then says, black pudding supper. And someone steps forward and there's a whole kind of hilarity and joviality and conversation and outburst, and it's almost like you expect those, there's a carnival atmosphere has suddenly enveloped in the shop, and everybody starts talking to each other, and people are really, really, chatty and happy. And the person's got his black pudding supper, and he's putting sauce and stuff on it, and there's tills going, and there's such merriment. And then all of a sudden, they leave, and there's this sombre, dark atmosphere returns to the 6 people who are left, or the 7 people, or the 8 people who are left in the queue. And it's silence, except for the crashing noise that it still remains unknown what it is. And then it all happens again, and it's like, it shouts, 2 fish cakes. Do you want chips? Oh yes, I ordered chips. Oh, so you did. Everybody start talking. Well, I remember ordering chips. like that. And everybody's all kind of happy again and talking and like, oh, you got lovely shoes. Thanks very much for telling me that. And then they walk out the shop after paying, and then it goes all silent again. And that feeling of that essence of sadness, it's difficult to describe. But that feeling that I should have just got something at the butcher's. I know I should have cooked at home. I'm a lazy bastard, I know that. That feeling. And you just think to yourself, as you're standing there and you're getting weak, and you've propped your back up against the wall and you're thinking, I can't take it anymore. I can't take any more of this. I need my fish supper. Right. And then the woman next to you collapses in a heap in tears. She's, I've only come in for a couple of bags of chips. What's the fucking problem? Oh, and then next minute it's all joy and happy hilarity, and the streamer's getting fired across the whole chip shop. It's Sunday's got 4 bags of chips and 2 pickled onions, you know. Oh, it's fucking mental. Anyway, don't go into a fish and chip shop or a chip shop unless you've really, really, you know, don't go in on a bad day. You've got to be, well, in fact, don't go in if you're too happy either, because you're going to be frowned upon by the rest of the people in the queue. Just go in there, go in a like before you walk in the doorway of the chip shop, you know, sadden yourself if you're too happy. If you're too sad, you know, try and elevate your mood a wee bit. Try and psych yourself up. There's going to be a long period of silence, and as you walk in, just be prepared. That's my advice. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but you really need to consider what happens inside a fish and chip shop if you're this side of the queue. If you're this side of the counter in the queue, it really is. Well, I would say it's probably like something of the magnitude of being under pressure, like one of those army disposal experts who has, you know, got to, you know, make a bomb safe. That kind of feeling. The pressure is enormous. There's perspiration on your forehead as you go and wait 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 and wait.